gameplay going in. Here is the gameplay for you guys. But we are here on this P1. We do see Paris Letdown. Side of Paris Letdowns, they are able to take a pretty big lead here already. They're 20 points with 25 left in P1 against the Sydney Dingoes. Look able to get that P1 control, and they have that burger side spawn here. This is looking pretty good for the side of Paris so far.
Yeah, strong start from the side of Paris Letdowns. We're dealing with dev errors and other difficulties. So glad that we're finally into some Call of Duty, getting to see how this map plays out. Currently, Sydney Dingoes getting the rest of that scrap time, but the Paris Letdown are through the burger side of the map setting up. Number 3 is going to be big here, picking up a kill, top burger, and he's going to be the nuisance in the back of the spawn. It's actually going to flip out the spawns here for the side of nope, he doesn't get picked up, and the Paris Letdown are going to get back control. So looking to kind of stabilize here and get the majority of the P2 side while they're keeping the P3 spawns for the next hill as we rotate over to the back side of the map right now.
And we do see Sydney with a great two-piece there. Fortunately, going to kind of be traded out. That is 3 down, 4 down from the side of Paris. Still spawning that back burger side. Kind of the preferred spawns. Luna is going to fall to that trophy system. They are a little bit dangerous there as Paris Letdown look like they're going to be taking the scrap on this hill kind of the last 25 seconds or so as the side of Sydney starts to rotate over. We're going to fall on the hill. No one picking up that scrap time. That is that could come in crucial, that extra 12 seconds. But we do see this side of Sydney. We do see someone taking an interesting route on the outside. Unfortunately, Ninja a little too sneaky, hanging out on the map too much. But we do see Sydney able to pick up a two-piece outside of that. But Paris Letdown are in control of the hill for now.
Yeah, and Paris Letdown doing a good job of picking up the players around the hill, and they're looking to stabilize here, but Sydney Dingoes are going to be able to pick up a good kill in the hill by Luna. He's going to be kind of surrounded, going to get picked off, and we're just seeing kind of a little back and forth mixy hill here as we're trying to get some sort of control, and Sydney Dingoes finally cleaning up some of the kills, but again, just back and forth all over this P3. So from the side of Paris, white time isn't the worst here, being up by over 30 points. But ultimately, it's all about that P4 spawns, which it looks like they may actually secure here with that. And we're going to see some weird parallels over towards Bridge and towards Burger as the players are starting to rotate over to the P4 side of the map and look up to set up for that new hill over there. And Falafel is a big hill in the back. He's looking for more. And ultimately, it's going to just be kind of a little bit of a stagnant push here as the Sydney Dingoes clean up a kill, top burger, and are securing some of the early control for P4, but none of the teammates are really there for support.
Yeah, and Sydney Dingoes got a little unfortunate there. We did see a huge spawn out from the side of Peaches. He is able to get some kills in the back, so just kind of working in their favor. Paris Letdown all spawning in the back now, so if anyone from Sydney drop, they're going to be spawning out. But Sydney able to take 2 down before they fall. Falafel's able to pick up a 3rd here, and last players towards that pillar side with Swervo. He is going to fall as well, and so now all of Paris Letdown spawning towards that burger side P2. And Sydney Dingoes, they're off to a little bit of a slow start, but they are bringing it here through this P3, P4, and right as I say that, this side of Paris Letdown are going to pick up the majority of this scrap time here, last 20 seconds or so, as the side of Sydney are starting to hit that rotate towards P5 here. This has been a scrappy game so far between the two teams. Paris Letdown's looking like they're going to have about a 30-point lead or so. Heading into this P5, the side of Sydney do have kind of map control and a little bit of bridge control here. They are picking up time as we speak with a great two-piece coming down from the side of Falafels.
Yeah, Sydney Dingoes playing this P5 bridge pretty well here. They got somebody down low, somebody stacked up on top, and a couple players mid in P1. So ultimately, it's decent setup, but some really good kills from the side of Paris there to break into the hill. We're getting just mixy again, where people are flying everywhere. Trades are going back and forth, and the kill feed is just lighting up red, white, and blue for America. But both teams here, a little bit scrappy, like you were saying, just some back and forth, just trades, contesting time, getting a little bit of chunks here and there, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But ultimately, we haven't seen any real lockdown hills where we've seen some big time come through for either team so far. So through the first rotation, the map's still very close, and we may see exactly what we were talking about before the series started, where we'll see what team kind of starts to break through in the second rotation of things and starts to open up more of a gap on their opponent.
Yeah, we do see the side of Paris Letdown taking a little bit of that lead, and they had a pretty considerable lead from that P1 and P2. So Sydney Dingoes did bring it back P3 and P4, so I'm looking for them as the guns start to get a little hot to do something about that. And Ray, as I say that, that is going to be an all 4 down from the side of Sydney. They are on the good side of spawn for P2, so that is a plus side, but you do need to disrupt a little bit of this P1. I really don't think you can allow Paris to get all of this time here, as we do see Peaches working kind of alongside number 3 there, and Ninja able to break that P1, able to kind of get towards this mid side here, and they are applying pressure towards the spawn of the Paris Letdown, able to pick up 1 kill on Old, able to pick up 2 kills on Old. Here's the side of Paris kind of scrambling to get over to that P2 side, as Sydney are locking down the middle of this map over towards this P2, getting ready for this rotation. Hill's about to pop.
Yeah, and we're just going to see another pretty mixy P2 here early on. Only one player left from Sydney. He's able to get a trade, but ultimately it's going to be Paris with the early time here, and Sydney's going to be looking to retake from the Burger side as the Paris Letdown are spawning towards that P5 bridge side of the map. And it's going to be a back and forth contest here with players from each team kind of just going back and forth, just trades galore ultimately. And we see a hot start from Arrow and Typical Ninja on both sides of the team. I mean, you're sitting with Typical Ninja with 39 engagements already, plus the most kill time on his team. So looking to watch those two players going forward to keep the pace going, but just back and forth, back and forth. We see 20 seconds left to Hill, and it seems like Sydney is going to lock down the rest of the scrap time as the Paris Letdown are making the good rotation over to P3 already. We see Reaper there trying to slip to the back. He's going to get picked up by Swervo, and ultimately we're just back right to the mix. We're trading back and forth as we look to finish this rotation over to the P3 hill here.
Yeah, and you know, Sydney Dingoes with that scrap time do bring it down to pretty much an even game. Sydney are kind of looking towards here to maybe get some P3, do what they did last time, but if Reaper has anything to say about it, he's going to get a 2-piece there. Ninja with a 2-piece of his own. Reaper able to pick up that third. Is he able to pick up Peaches, last one on Hill? No, he is not. And we do see Arrow with a 3-piece. Doesn't matter what your name is, if you're shooting like that. That's a great kill from the side of Paris. Still pretty mixy. There's only been a 10-point lead here, and Ninja Shot's looking a little shaky there, but Swervo and Eero are there to take down this P3. Much of the scrap time should go towards them as they are starting to rotate over towards this P4, looking to string these hills together.
Yeah, really solid retake there from the side of Paris. It's just this back and forth battle. It always seems to end with the Paris Letdown getting around 20 seconds of the scrap time left. And that's what we've kind of seen our lead sitting at around 20 points since the second rotation started. We see the Paris Letdown kind of funneling all around music. They're getting all the kills. He's going to let the Falafels in the back. He's putting shots in, but he's going to get picked out. And ultimately, the Sydney Dingoes are going to need to group up here, rally, and try to make an early break to not let the Paris Letdown lead get a little too big for them to kind of come back and control throughout the rest of this map. We see some good trades coming down, and ultimately, Sydney's going to break into the hill.
Yeah, that's a great 3-piece from Sydney there initially. They are able to pick up that last kill here, as we do see Paris kind of coming back with their fight here. But Sydney, if they can hold the rest of this time, this is huge. Typical Ninja able to pick up 1, not able to pick up that second here, as Paris is able to kind of take some of this time a little bit uncontested here, as Peaches able to pick up 1. Falafel's able there to hold his back. They are looking like they're going to try to push here, not giving them this last 10 seconds or so. Falafel's able to pick up 1. Unfortunately going to fall there with Paris Letdown is taking about a 40-point lead here into this P5, but this P5 you can yield 40 seconds here if you set up correctly. And Sydney, they are set up here. If Ninja can stay alive on Hill, he can do his job here, just hold this hill time, let his teammates look over him and help. Unfortunately, is going to fall to Eero. Peaches here is up top, able to put a couple dents in some players, and unfortunately not able to pick up that kill. In the side of Paris Letdown are in with the break. We do kind of left up to a 1v1 here in Swerve.
Yeah, really good, solid retake from the side of Paris Letdown. They're really doing their teamwork justice with this map, as they're kind of just playing off the trades together. We see Eero and Swervo, they're kind of on the bridge doing some good work together, and they're looking to lock up this scrap time to have a pretty solid lead going into the third rotation of hills that we're going to see here. Luckily for the Sydney Dingoes side, Luna's able to get some kills there to finish up the P5, get the scrap time. They're going to be looking to set up early in the P1 hill, but there's a lot of pressure already from the side of the Paris Letdown. Typical Ninja is going to need to go pretty huge. He's able to get 1 on the must get the 2-piece for the secure of that P1 rotation. So Paris Letdown in early, but there is a lot of pressure from the Dingo side as well to get in. We see a big 2-piece from Falafels, and they are back in the time. So a little bit mixy, and they're going to be looking to hold out for the rest of this hill. Otherwise, the Paris Letdown have a good chance to secure and win this hill or win the game on this hill.
Yeah, this is where the fight comes down right here. Swervo and Burrito able to kind of do it themselves. Falafel's able to pick up another kill here. This last kill is pretty important. Falafel's able to pick up the last one, just looking to regen, sending Peaches in here for the trade. The last 20 might be rewarded to them. Reaper behind a couple of them, able to get a 2-piece, not able to get the third. And this last 15 seconds looks like it goes towards the side of Sydney. And as I say that, someone gets knocked off of the hill here. But the side of Paris Letdown are already rotated here on this P2. Ninja able to pick up one on the hill, kind of just playing bait here. Able to put some shots into the other, but none of his teammates are nearby. They are getting cut off from the side of Paris. You need 3 seconds until this pops. Peaches, you got to hop on hill here. Unfortunately, going to die. And the Paris Letdown are going to take that, pretty handedly towards that second half there. But Paris Letdown's kind of showing Sydney kind of what's up here in this first map. We saw Eero there, massive amount of kills. I saw him at 40 in this bronze quarterfinal matchup here for Tuesday Mix. We do see a first blood coming down from the side of Tactical Reaper there on the Paris Letdowns. Peaches is getting very aggressive through DVD here, able to spot Eero top broken, probably getting this call out to his team, just getting some positioning here. And this is some good patience from Peaches here, able to get map positioning, knows where people are at. Swervo able to pick up another one on the other side of the map here, and Peaches still here towards this broken side. Eero is definitely not going to read him behind him. He is going to kind of wait here, see if he can get some players able to finally pick up that kill. Bomb is going down from the side of Sydney, or sorry, from the side of Paris. We do see one player playing Tractor. Peaches just absolutely beams him here, and Reaper might get some great timing here coming through dark. Able to pick up Luna off the rip, not able to find this other one, and Peaches here able to take a little bit of a route, not able to get the initial kill, and he is finally able to gun him down. Peaches with a great play there with that flank through DVD, just playing really patient there towards stop broken. Just an excellent play from Peaches there, and he really did everything for his team that round.
Yeah, I mean, that win on Tractor was huge. I mean, he was exposed as could be, just hits the headshot on the player that was their Tractor. Ultimately, kind of plays his life there after getting a couple shots in the last player tank and is able to get the defuse. So huge round there from Peaches. Way to play patient when you're pushed up DVD. Give your teams the comms, and ultimately makes the play for the side of Sydney Dingoes all by himself over there. So good starting round from the side of Sydney Dingoes. Need to win those defensive rounds early, and then you need to get the offensive rounds at some point if you want to take this map pretty handily. So side of Sydney looks like they're going to be playing towards this A site. It's going to be up to Tactical Reaper all alone by himself over here. He's getting kind of singled out, able to get picked, and it's going to be Burrito watching the cross. I don't think he saw that first player cross over towards the bomb site, so he may not have all the info he needs, but now there's 3 players all over towards this A side of the map, and Sydney Dingoes are kind of trapped over towards this A side, keeping them locked down.
Yeah, and Sydney Dingoes here, it's Luna's turn. Get a little bit of great timing here. Eero able to pick up one towards that AS&D, and that player mid-tank did not get very aggressive on Eero here. He's going to be left in a 1v3. Bomb going down on A, and it's looking like a Sydney Dingoes win here, but if anybody's going to do something, it's definitely Eero here, as Luna is in a nice little corner. If Eero decided to go through dark, he would have unfortunately probably not made it out alive, as Falafels is able to spot him. Eero absolute towards that white Jeep. Both players know where he's at. They are isolating him. Peaches able to finally take down that kill. Sydney Dingoes up 2-0. This is exactly what you wanted to see after that first map.
Yeah, starting off strong on this map number 2, the Sydney Dingoes are. And we'll have to watch Peaches as we get into this round number 3 here, already on a 4 streak, potentially getting that early cruise for his team. Eero did what he could, getting the early pick on the 1 freezer, played his life, tried to take a route, got another player, winning a huge gunfight there. But ultimately, when you're left in a 1v3, it's hard. You got to make the God play, so to speak, and just get some good timings if you're going to win that. So from the side of Paris Letdowns, you're looking to bounce back on this offensive round here. From the side of City Dingoes, you're trying to keep this pressure solidly in your hands as we're moving into this offensive round. But Peaches going to continue his streak, going to get the first kill on the player cafe, and Paris Letdown are already going to be down a man as we're looking toward 1 minute left in this round number 3.
Yeah, and I believe that is, um, I believe Sydney have gotten first blood every single time. I could be wrong on that round 1. Paris might have gotten it, but that has been a crucial part to their success. Reaper is a little bit behind lines here, behind enemy lines, not able to pick up the immediate trade on Ninja, although knows exactly where he's at. Should have an easy kill here, able to pick up that kill on Ninja, help out there a little bit. It's going to be 2v3, Repo and Swervo versus kind of the rest of the team minus Ninja here. And they are on offense from the side of Paris. They are kind of backed up in their spawn. Number 3, Swervo, is coming through dark here. Does not spot the player front A, S, and D. But this bomb is way back here towards B. Is getting put down. Falafel's able to pick up Reaper. Bomb going down here. And Swervo might be able to make a play here. But the side of Sydney are going to be coming in quick.
Yeah, Swervo's playing a nice little corner square. He's got 2 players coming up from the B side towards him and 1 watching over to the B street. So he's kind of trapped in here. They know he's there now based off the nade. He's trying to play his life pretty well here, but he's ultimately just going to get pinched by all 3 of the players. And there's not much you can do in that situation outside of hope that one of them chows you solo. You get the first kill, maybe line up 2 of them, or get some lucky timing on the last 2 players. So another solid round from the side of Sydney Dingoes. I think Peaches ended up keeping the streak there. I don't think Peaches got picked, but I don't think Peaches got the cruise. Maybe, no, Peaches did get the cruise. Yep, so Peaches did get that final kill there. So early cruise for the side of Sydney Dingoes up 4-1. That may come into play pretty fast here on one of these offensive rounds if they need it.
Yeah, you know, that cruise missile could be big for information here on Invasion. We don't necessarily see it get a lot of kills sometimes, but on S&D can slow down an A or B plant. You can get a cruise into both. And so that it can be pretty huge there. He is on a 6 streak. No one else on the team is really getting close to that cruise missile. But the side of Paris Letdowns here after that pretty handily win on hard points, having a little bit of struggles here on this defense so far. They are down 0-3. I believe that cruise missile is getting invested in. Peach is going big here, knows exactly where all the players are. He's going to be able to call out those players. P1 Cafe should be able to call out that other guy Showers here. And so the side of Sydney, we don't see anybody turning around. They're watching this kind of outside DVD cross. Luna able to get that 1 kill dark. Swervo has kind of slipped the net a little bit here. He might pull a surprise on a couple players. Not going to see the player just laying down. Just last up to Reaper here in this 4v1 or 1v4 for Reaper. Looking kind of unlikely here with Sydney Dingoes. Really putting the hurt on Paris so far. Able to take this up 4-0. Here's Reaper is able to take down 1. But with 20 seconds left, I think this is pretty impossible.
Yeah, it would take pretty much a miracle play. Peaches played a nice off angle, cleans up the round for the Sydney Dingoes, and just a very hot and dominant start from the side of Sydney. Just kind of doing whatever they want on the map. They're getting some early picks, some early trades. From the side of Paris, I'd like to see a little bit more stacking going on. There's been some isolation over towards the B bomb so far on the City Dingoes offensive rounds. I think they could use 2 players at least over there to kind of support each other rather than leaving just one over by themselves, and getting picked just leads to that B bomb being open. And if you're quick to move, it's very easy to take over that site and kind of lock it up. So from the side of Paris, you got to think this is one of those rounds where it kind of needs to happen here. They're going to get the first blood, so that's off to a good start for them. Peaches playing squares, going to be the first player into the action, going to get the first kill all by himself over on B directly, but he does have a player watching his cross. He's going to get picked off by Swervo. And ultimately, these players are hunting for Peaches, but he's playing a good route here, getting behind him tank. And if he goes back to the B bomb, he may be able to pick up some kills here, but making a route here. Ultimately, the side of Sydney's got the Paris Letdown have the bomb site control, and Sydney's going to have to retake here if the bomb gets planted.
Yeah, and so far Sydney's doing a great job. That is going to be bomb down towards construction, but they have to think that that was Peaches in ice cream. Until Falafels got that kill, they probably had no idea that was Falafels here. We do see Reaper kind of back in ice cream here. If he hurries up, he can make a play. Peaches has no idea where Reaper is. That's who he's been looking for this entire time on the flank. Reaper is going to get that kill on Falafels. He is going to put that We are going to get that, see that bomb come down here, and his Reaper, he's got to be looking. He's looking in the right place. Peach is able to get the kill and the kill on Reaper. Oh my God. Peaches, what is that? That is a crazy play.
I think the right one is what we just saw.
We're this late in the season. That is nuts. Oh, 2 hip fires as well. That is crazy. Man, Peaches just really did it for his team there. He has been just the star player so far in this S&D with them up 5-0. Peach is currently on a 10 streak. He has not died. He is 10-0. Kismet Infinity here. Just really making the plays for his team. It looks like they're going to be going towards this A hit, and so far Sydney look unstoppable in S&D.
Yeah, the side of Sydney Dingoes just looks so good. Again, Paris Letdowns is going to get the first blood this round, so another round where they have advantage. They're going to look to capitalize on that this time compared to the last round. So the side of Sydney Dingoes kind of all trapped over in the cafe side. We see a very similar setup to what we saw from the LA Dweebs on this map, the round that they won this defense, where they're all pretty fanned out. But Arrow's looking to make the play, going to get the first another pick for the side of the Paris Letdowns. So good start to this round here. Peaches kind of playing over towards blue, but all these players are pretty trapped, and Peaches is going to be left up in the 1v4 all by himself, and we'll see if he can keep the streak alive to possibly continue towards this second cruise missile, or if he's going to make a challenge at some point in time to try to get a kill. But ultimately, the Paris Letdowns just playing their angles, waiting for somebody to chow, playing some very good defense here to get themselves on the board to try to start the full sail.
Yeah, they're going to start with at least one here. One round is how you start that full sail comeback here. As Peach is going to be making a little bit of a wrap here. Is able to get one, but no more than that. But, you know, from the side of Paris, that's exactly what you need. You know, you don't want to go out 6-0. But so far, this has been, you know, Sydney's game. You know, the offenses are a little rough here on Invasion, so I can totally understand why they dropped that round. But they are back to the defense here, and so I'm looking for Sydney to kind of come back here and close this one out. We can head on to a map 3.
Yeah, this defensive side of the map for Sydney Dingoes has been very solid, so they're looking to close out this map here and get us onto map number 3 quickly. But from the side of Paris Letdown, you know, if you're making the run, you got to do it all straight. So it's going to take some really good Call of Duty. They're going to look to continue to capitalize on their first bloods that they've had. That was a really solid round that they had there where they were able to capitalize off that first blood. They're going to get another one here, and then they're looking to do the same exact thing. B side's going to be open. Outside of number 6, Luna, that's been playing that deep street the entire game. But Tactical Reaper is going to get a second kill there. And ultimately, side of Paris Letdowns have a pretty big life advantage here. And they're looking to chow this player deep B street. He's only able to get one. So decent trades there. Falafel is going to be left in a 1v3. Picks up another one, gets a 1v2. He's going to nade the tractor, see if he can get the kill there. But gets picked off from behind. So solid round again from the side of Paris Letdown. They're making a run here, so they're just working through this the best that they can. You just got to take it one round at a time, give what the Sydney Dingoes are taking you every single round, and just ultimately look to try to make this streak happen here.
Yeah, you know, they really just got to keep it rolling here, one round at a time. You hear everybody say it, you know, you can't win all 6 at a time, and so the Paris Letdowns, we look for them to kind of keep staying hot. Sydney Dingoes, they don't have any streaks to work with, even though they won 5 in a row. They invested that pretty early here. They are going to see maybe one person mid here. Nobody on the cross did they see. So they might think B is pretty free here. So we'll see kind of what happens. We do see shots going down from Falafels towards that B tank. But the side of Paris are pretty spread out here. We do see some action kind of happening towards mid, but nothing too aggressive just yet. I don't know if Eero was able to spot any of those guys on the cross, but he is kind of going to be one of the people influential here. We do see Bomb just now coming out of these DVD doors towards B. The side of Sydney are just kind of waiting to see if the side of Paris make any mistakes here. And Tactical Reaper, unfortunately, going to fall. Eero is able to pick up the island player there in Luna. Burrito kind of just left here by himself on the site. He is Orange Tractor. Is he able to pick up one? He is not. Peach is able to pick up that kill. Bomb is going down. Falafel's putting some pot shots in. Eero behind everybody, not able to pick up any kills. It's going to be a 1v3 for the side of Swervo. And unfortunately, not going to be able to do that. That is going to be Sydney Dingoes able to take that route, that map to invasion search, and we got exactly what we asked for. We wanted to see a 6-star hardpoint there in that map 4, and we're going to see it here. And this makes the rest to map 3 of the Sydney Dingoes versus Paris Letdowns Bronze matchup here in the quarterfinals of the playoffs. Map count is 1-1 for those of you just joining us here as we hop into invasion control here. We do see the side of Sydney electing to go attacking first, hopping on this this B site pretty quick with no presence towards A.
Yeah, strong start from the Sydney Dingoes, getting the wipe when they need to, kind of securing some positioning around this B point, and barring anything crazy happening, they should be able to capture B here with a lot of time left on the clock, decent lead in lives, and be able to make the rotation over to A. But we see Swervo making the big play, able to get the player off point. He's playing his life pretty well. Couldn't decide if he wanted to reload or swap to the pistol there, so he's going to get traded out. And we see another kill come across the B zone, so it's not quite done yet, but this should secure it with Peaches hopping on, and they're going to be looking to make their rotation over to A with the Paris Letdown already set up around rugs and in point, kind of just spreading out in the backside, watching the flank through blue, really trying to push these Sydney Dingoes off and not allow them to get behind them and cause any sort of havoc.
Yeah, we do see Reaper fall eventually, but Burrito is able to pick up at least 1 kill there. We do see Peaches kind of here front rug as the front runner of their team, but the side of Paris Letdown are kind of playing pretty deep in their gas. They haven't been able to push up on the map at all, so as we see kills kind of roll through here on defense, we expect to see some players moving forward. You can see number 6 moving towards that AS&D, watching towards Dark. Timing's going to get a little bit of a best of him here. Luna able to get that kill. And we do see the side of Sydney able to push up a little bit more towards that rugs and blue side, but we have not seen any movement at all from 3 of these Paris players. They have been in the same spot pretty much since that B zone got captured here. Ninja able to come in. He is able to pick up Swervo off time. There are 2 players just turtling on time together, looking to put some team shots in here. Eero able to pick up 2 on that point with Falafel's kind of last life for his team. He really just needs to stay down, and kind of just play his life here, wait for his teammates for some help. Unfortunately, he's going to fall as the rest of the team is towards that AS&D.
Yeah, and we're already down to under a minute here with this left in this round. Tactical Reaper getting aggressive, going to get picked off by Peaches. And really, it's just about the Sydney Dingoes trying to find the opening that they can make through this strong Paris defense setup that we've seen. We've seen Arrow, number 8, in this hill the entire time that the B point has been captured. And since the B point has been captured, and he just hasn't moved, and he's playing his life really well, getting the picks when he needs to, and ultimately they're just staving off this Dingo's attack pretty well here. Life is still pretty close, but we're pushing down towards 20 seconds left. All 4 players off spawn, and that should be round number 1 to the side of Paris Letdown as we continue to go through this evasion control here.
Yeah, the side of Sydney really never got too aggressive on point there. You mentioned the Paris players were on point the whole time. We do see kind of a little tiny contest coming down here. Players are going to fall, but no time to get on that point with Paris able to take that first win. But, the side of Paris, they didn't get any map presence, but Sydney just really didn't do anything. They kind of stood there for a while, didn't do much. And, we saw towards the end a little bit of an unfortunate spawn from the side of Sydney there. They did have a player pushing up blue instead of going through that AS&D P1 side with his teammates, and spawned every single player from the Paris when they got 2 down directly in gas. So their one opportunity they kind of squandered there by having a little bit of miscommunication on where they were at when those players are spawning. So we'll see what happens here on this defense. But the side of Paris Letdown, we should see a fight coming down here. Ninja able to pick up the first one. Someone is already on the point. That is going to be Eero on 8. He is there taking some shots front. Unfortunately going to fall on point there, and Sydney Dingoes have a second here to breathe, as we do see one fight still happening towards this A street with this fire truck, and that is Tactical Reaper. He is going to fall, and so the rest of this Paris Letdown is going to spawn and head over towards that B side.
Yeah, we got all 4 players from the Paris Letdown team all around this B point, kind of setting up their setup here that they need to capture this B point. We see Eero getting a nice kill. Dark, but we're going to see big play out of these 2 players, Ice Cream, if they can do anything. Unfortunately, Swervo gets the timing on both of them, gets the pick. That's going to be that second tick down on the side of Paris Letdown. Looking for somebody from the side of the Sydney Dingoes to make a play here. Luna's kind of front player in time. He's able to pick the guy off time, stop that cap from happening, and they clean up the guy top broken. So looking to keep these guys trapped in their spawn. Eero gets one, gets traded out by Luna, and ultimately they're all still funneling towards this B Street. We see number 6 trying to get active through the mid court, gets picked off, and we see some good trades happening here from the side of Paris. They're going to be able to get some of the presence back, get on this point, and City might make one last attempt at this, but they may chalk it up here now and get this B point out of the way. But they are still leading in lives on this defense, so leading a little bit of a life advantage. Only a minute 30 left to play. You're probably going to see about 2 or 3 solid pushes here from the side of Paris. If they're pretty active, if they're a little slow, we may only see 2 pushes being able to come through. But Falafel's getting some nice spawn kills in, and he's looking to set up on that bridge side of the map. They've got player number 3, that's Luna, on the mid tank as well. That they should be able to kind of keep the Paris Letdown trapped here, or funnel them through that B Street side into blue, where the rest of the players in the back of gas should be able to kind of post up, watch that wrap, watch that flank, and be able to pick up those kills.
Yeah, the side of Paris have a little bit of an interesting setup here. We do have players pushed up AS&D and now kind of Water Street. The other 2 players from Paris are in the spawn, the blue side and kind of front gas. So they're going to be spawning people kind of in a weird, interesting spot. We do see number 4 spawn directly in front of number 7. He does not see him. He walks right past him. So this is going to be some confusing for some players here. No idea that they're there. But the side of Paris, they keep electing to go down this B Street, try to get some flanks going on, but it's not working out too well for them. We have not seen a player get even close to this point. They do get that kill A Street, though. Do they read Luna here in this AS&D corner? And they do. Reaper is able to pick up that kill. That's 2 people down A Street already, pretty much for free. They can hop on a point here. Time is going to get paused, as it is a 3v3 here towards point.
Yeah, and we see 2 big kills, 3 big kills coming out the side of Dingo. So huge plays by Falafels at Luna there, I believe, making the plays, getting the players off point and around point. And ultimately, it's going to be a win from the side of the Sydney Dingoes. I think they're both tied up on ticks 3-3, but I believe the Dingoes had a little bit better of a slaying showing there. So they should be leading in the life category. But solid defensive starts from both these teams. It'll be interesting to see if either team can make a play in an offensive round to either secure a vast majority more ticks or win that offensive round and give them a really good chance at closing out on one of their defensive rounds to win 3-1 or get that round 5 win from one of these teams. So good start so far from both the teams. We're seeing a pretty even slaying from both sides. Nobody going too crazy that I can think of off the top of my head that I've seen. So both these 2 teams just kind of playing their trades, playing effectively, and ultimately just kind of picking off the players that they need to when they can.
Yeah, side of Sydney here looked like they're kind of funneling towards this A side. They were able to get about 75% of that first tick, but that is not going to do it. They do need to get all of that tick. Reaper here kind of playing the gatekeeper there. Ninja is able to get on time. It's looking like there might be a contest coming in here for Burrito. They do get that tick on A. Burrito does fall. Last 2 players are gas here. This could be interesting here. Luna's able to spot one deep A Street, not able to get that kill, but we do see 2 players here on A. Third tick coming in pretty quick here. One last contest, and that's going to be the A point for the side of Sydney Dingoes here. And we do see number 3 here in Luna. Able to hop on this B point. Probably not going to read this guy behind him as he's going to get a kill there. And the side of Paris Letdowns have something really interesting here where the map's kind of been flipped on its side just a little bit. Where 2 of the Sydney Dingoes are in their spawn, kind of just waiting for them. And so the Paris Letdowns really need to get these people out of their spawn and then really focus this B Street here. This is a dangerous spot from the side of Sydney. Your players behind you really need to stay alive because trying to get through this B Street with all 4 players out is very difficult. People on that tank heady, people on the control heady are really just going to mow you down this B Street. So these next couple engagements are really important from the side of Sydney.
Yeah, I think from Sydney's perspective, you know, we've got a good player over here. Luna, he's able to get 2. Looking for the last player there. I think if this push kind of fails, which it looks looking pretty good right now, but you may need to look for pushing through courtyard, maybe AS and D into cafe, get some flank presence again because that flank really could have made a big play for them. But looking here, they're just looking to get these trades, keep their players on time, keep them off A, and just a great offensive win from the side of Sydney. They looked like they were trapped in their spawn. They're able to kind of push through dark, pick up some players on the side that were looking B Street, shoot at players B Street, and ultimately great round win from the side of Sydney there. And they're going to be looking to have a very strong defensive showing here to close out this map number 3 for us.
Yeah, Sydney Dingoes have a chance to close it out right here on this defense. Obviously, the much easier side on invasion control, and the side of Sydney kind of made that look a little easy. It was a little bit slow on that transition, but they made it work. They were able to fight through that kind of B Street. And the side of Sydney, we see only one person initially go off towards this gas side. We do see some reinforcements here towards players. Ninja able to get one, put shots into the other. Falafel's able to pick up 2, get hurt into the 3. Reaper last in hill. He was about half. He's going to get that regen here as the next fight is coming in from the front side.
Unfortunately for Reaper, Falafel gets the timing there as he's trying to check both sides, gets the pick, and secures that A defense for them. So, side of Paris still look like they're trying to get pretty aggressive over towards this A point. They're able to get 3 down, and they're going to have 2 players stacked on hill, 1 player over on B as well, and number 5 kind of trying to watch the cross, but he thinks there's players still behind him even though they were all dead. So we've got 3 players in here. These ticks are going to fly up. Vorvo, big play in the back, picks up the player in the back, and this should be the 8 point gone. They're going to be rotating over to B here. So we saw very similar from the side of Paris Letdowns as what the Sydney Dingoes did the last round, where they're able to get that A tick early. They're going to be looking to make that presence and make that shift over to the B point. There's only 1 player left on B as well from the side of the Sydney Dingoes. So looking a little bit sketchy here for the defensive side of the map on defensive favored control map. But this is invasion control. Anything can happen. Momentum just shifts in your favor, and you just make a run. So they've got all 4 players on point here. There's nobody left. That's going to be the B point gone. And we're going to round 5, and it's going to go down to kills if I'm not mistaken. So we'll have to see who's got the advantage there and is going to get the defense.
I think Sydney Dingoes had the kill advantage, and that was a pretty quick round from the side of Paris. So I don't know if they caught back up there, but we'll see kind of here as we spawn in to see who got that. But, after those rounds, I'm really not sure what side you won. Both teams really just got kind of walked over on that defense, and so that offense looked pretty easy from both sides. And so it does look like the side of Paris are going to have to win 2 offenses back to back in order to take this game, and they're going to do exactly what they did last round. They're going right back to that A Street.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of happens here. 2 very strong defensive round 1 and round 2 from both teams, and then 2 dominant offensive rounds. So side of Paris getting the early kills here. They've got a player on point, 1 player left in clear, 1 player from the City Dingoes is getting tracked down, getting hunted, but Hero's not going to find him. They're standing side by side, and Falafel gets the kill. So kind of some weird, unfortunate circumstances there, but ultimately, second tick's coming through, and the City Dingoes, they're close, but they're not too close, and we see a team kill come in, and this is going to be the A point gone already from the side of Paris.
And look at number 6 over there.
He's just all by himself over there, just capping B already. So this transition is going to be big, and we may be seeing 2 straight offensive round wins on the side of invasion control.
Yeah, we see Falafel's kind of going big there with those kills. Reaper has been on point this entire time by himself, able to pick up that first tick there. Able to get Reaper off. I'm sorry, they're able to get Burrito off, but Reaper's still on time. We do see a nade kill coming down from Reaper. Reaper able to get another kill. There's a cruise coming in from Falafel's, able to get 1 person off hill, but the reinforcements are close. This is going to be a close gunfight here. Ninja able to pick up 2. Is he able to pick the 3rd? Falafel's there for the help. That's going to be 3 down. Reaper able to pick up 2 of his own. Able to help out his team here. It's the side of Sydney. Really need to watch out. Reaper, that's 2. That is 4 for Reaper. Stack that point, and that should be game if they stack that point. That 3rd tick is coming in really quick here for the side of Sydney Dingoes. They're coming through DVD. They're going to have to go guns blazing, get on that point. And that looks like that's going to be game for the side of Paris Letdowns. Able to win 2 offenses in a row, all thanks to Tactical Reaper there playing B by himself. He died initially off of A and went straight to that B point. And with that huge 4-piece at the end, really captured that for his team. That's just a great up here on top of this 6-star building here into this hard point. Sydney Dingoes down in the series 1-2 after that devastating control loss on Invasion. Paris Letdown are looking to end the series here on 6-star.
Yeah, good start so far here from the side of the Paris Letdown. They've already gotten through the back of P2, and they're looking to flip these spawns early. We're going to see this initial time be pretty scrappy here at the initial going to the Paris Letdown side, but the side of the Sydney Dingoes breaking it now. And number 8, Eero, is going to have a big part to play in the back here. He's going to get 1 kill, but it's all going to be about where these spawners come in, and they still spawn off this, so he's going to be trapped back here, and we're going to see if anybody floods through to go pick him up. As he's kind of trying to make the play himself through the old hill here, picking up these scraps. But good start from the side of the City Dingoes, bouncing back after that invasion control, having some solid P1 time and getting the solid rotation over to P2. They're looking to take a nice early lead in this 6-star hardpoint.
Yeah, and it looks like Eero was electing to play that 3rd AR for their team on Vista. He's actually a submachine gun. So we'll see what kind of impact he can make close up. We saw his impact on Vista with an AR. So we'll see if he can kind of continue that. Unfortunately, going to fall. And the Sydney Dingoes up a good amount, about by 30 here into this P2. They are having good spawns right now, are able to keep kind of the front of the hill pretty clean here, as Ninja able to pick up 2, evading that 3rd person. Fortunately, going to fall to Eero there. With that rival 9 here, as the Sydney Dingoes are able to pick up more time here, is going to pick up 1. Unfortunately, not going to pick up that other. Peaches able to great a great 2-piece there to kind of secure the rest of this hill for his team, as they can kind of regroup and get towards this P3. Ninja with a great kill P1, kind of putting a little bit of pressure on where they're going to come from. Ninja with a great timing there on Burrito, able to pick up 1. Does he read the guy? Wood. He does not. And is unfortunately going to fall. Falafel's able to get kind of that back spawn for his team. This should be a spawn flip for the side of Sydney with some P2 or P3 control now.
Yeah, great little push through there from the side of the City Dingoes. They're looking to just run through this map. Really playing aggressive. Good stuff from the side of typical Ninja and from Peaches being their 2 submachine gun players. As long as you have your freedom to move on the map, the submachine guns can go absolutely crazy on 6. We've seen Hydra from the pro scene dropping close to 50 on this map just because he's able to roam free, kind of pick up the spotters and just take those routes that he needs to. So from the side of Sydney, great start so far. From the side of Paris, they're looking to make an early rotation with number 6 and number 7 working their way over to Statue for this P4 to get some early lockdown and get some solid time back in their favor.
Yeah, on the side of Sydney here, really kind of putting it to them off the start of this map. They are up almost 100 points here, as Eero is hopping into this P4. Able to see a great 2-piece here from the side of Paris, but this is where you got to turn it around on Paris. You're hopping into 2nd rotation here after this hill, and you can string together a little bit of a P4, get some good time, and kind of start that 2nd rotation over and make something better. And they got all 4 players right around this hill. They are able to pick up quite a few kills here. Ninja is just going through them, able to pick up 2. Teammates able to put shots and more. And the side of Sydney doesn't look like they're putting... it looks like they're still fighting here for this time.
Yeah, a big 2-piece from Peaches there, but ultimately I think the scrap time is going to go the way of the Paris Letdowns, unless the typical Ninja has nothing to say about it. He does, and they're going to keep extending their lead. Not quite 100 points like it was going into that hill, but still a solid lead after the first rotation of these hills, and we'll have to see kind of what happens throughout the 2nd rotation if we continue to see some more dominance from the side of Sydney, or if the Paris Letdowns are able to make a run, string together some of these hills, and make up some of this ground that they've already been having to crawl through so far into this map. And just Peaches and Falafels are just going absolutely nuts in the spawns of these Paris Letdowns, and they're just doing whatever they want right now, just slaying out it.
Yeah, and look at those spawns a little bit flippy there, but the Sydney Dingoes actually read that perfectly there. Able to hold all of this P1 so far with very little contest whatsoever. And Sydney really come out swinging here. We're looking at Ninja and Peaches. Those 2 subs for the side of Sydney are really doing work here on this 6-star. And so the side of Paris really need to find something and get something going, or this game's going to get out of hand pretty quick.
Yeah, it can get out of hand really fast on 6-star. It's really easy to chain some hills together. Some hills you can't. But from the side of Paris, they're looking to set up here P2. They're going to get some of this early time, but they're going to need to pick up this player kiddie pool. He's able to pick off one. He's going to be kind of playing a nuisance role here. Peaches is going to get picked up, but the trays are still in, and it's going to be kind of a mixy entrance of this hill, and we're ultimately going to see who can come out on top. Luna, Peaches able to tag team together to clean this up, and they're looking to get aggressive again out the front of the hill and just hold that right to his forehead, and just keep this control in their favor, to keep pushing their advantage up more and more. Start this rotation over to P3.
Yeah, and we do have a little bit of a role change here with Eero is hopping or electing to grab an AR, trying to make a little bit of a difference on the map. He's probably not able to get where he wants. He is only sitting at even. And if you remember that Vista, he was going off. So not a bad play there, although the Paris Letdown have nobody in the back. This should be free spawns for the side of Sydney unless they all fall here. They're not going to read the people behind here. Luna is able to pick up one before he falls. Fortunately for the side of Paris, they do keep those spawns. But the side of Sydney are still coming in through the front here, able to get contest towards hop up. We do see one player coming through white, unfortunately going to fall. Falafels is trying to make a difference there towards hop up. Luna able to provide some help towards wood, and we keep seeing more trades and more fights happening here on this hill, just back and forth. It looks like the teams are layering pretty well, but the side of Paris looks like they're going to come out on top here, at least going to be taking a few seconds here for free without a contest, as Falafels is just hopping right on point.
Yeah, solid hill from the side of Paris Letdowns there, getting the majority of the time. The scrap time may go the side of the Sydney Dingoes to push them up towards that 200 range, but we already see one of the players already on statue for the Paris Letdown, and the rest of the team rotating over. So they're really going to need a very solid full 60 here and chain that into the P1 to kind of make a big dent in this massive lead that Sydney Dingoes have pulled up. So we're going to have to see kind of how that plays out through this. P4 Skybridge here. Falafels making the play in the back. He might be the player to watch here. He's going to get Burrito in the back, and Hero laying down does get the tags into him, gets the time, and they're going to be looking to hold off these players from the waterfront side. Luna's going to be in a good spot here initially, but he's got to play his life here and hopefully get some more. Gets two. Going to get the third one. No, he did die. So solid hold there for some good time from the side of Sydney Dingoes. Doing what they need to just keep the Paris Letdown off the hill as much as they can to keep their advantage where it's at and grow it just a little bit by little bit as we're going throughout the rest of this 6-star.
Yeah, with a little bit about 10 seconds or so, nothing too big. We do see the side of Peaches and Ninja kind of slow down here with Eero making that change, kind of exactly what you'd expect from the side of Paris, just with having a longer range of subs are going to be shut down a little bit better. But Sydney kind of right where they started here in this P1, they were able to hold almost the whole time the second rotation here, so I'm expecting something similar, but if Eero has anything to say about it, he's going to be hopping in that time. So this is very big time. You do not want the side of Sydney to get any more time on this hill or the next hill. They are at 217. Any seconds here put them just that much closer to 250 to close out this map and take it to a map 5. So if you're the side of Paris, you need to be perfect on these next two hills.
Yeah, and we already see typical Ninja getting through small vent here. He's trying to make a play, but ultimately he's going to get pinched by two players by the Paris Letdown. And we're going to see a mixy entrance into this P2 rotation here, but it looks like the Paris Letdown are doing a good job chowing out, getting the time they need to. And the side of Sydney Dingoes are going to have to take a route through office here, try to get the back spawns, and we'll see if anybody picks this up from the side of the Paris Letdowns. It doesn't look like they are right now.
Yeah, the side of Paris are doing a pretty good job so far. Only 10 seconds into the hill, but we do see a contest coming down here. Reaper able to pick up one. Eero not able to pick up another player towards that big vent side, but Reaper able to kind of keep this trade going on. And this is just what has happened on these arguments between these two teams. Just kind of back and forth trading here as you just see, a pattern in that kill feed where you do not see two players on top of each other very often. And if you do, It's a pretty big impact play here as typical Ninja's able to pick up two, but not able to pick up Swervo here on the last. They're looking for that player, is going to find him, and this is very big time here. Number 5 is looking to really make an investment here. Unfortunately, is going to get that stun out, is going to get that nade out, but is still wasting about 10 seconds here. Gonna fall to Luna here. And this is going to be about 10 or 12 seconds for the win. And you see Sydney Dingoes are already on new. We do see Hero and Swervo coming in together, able to pick up one, able to pick up the second in Peaches there. And Sydney Dingoes, or sorry, Paris Letdowns are in control of the time. They cannot win here, but they sure can get pretty close. But this has to be pretty near perfect to do anything about it. Sydney Dingoes one break, and they pretty much guarantee to win.
Yeah, so this is going to have to be some perfect Call of Duty from the side of the Paris Letdowns. They're doing a good job of trading out now, keeping these players at bay. Nobody's able to make a play through white or through the back of the spawn, so they're all going to be pushing through that front of P2 here, trying to take what routes they can through middle. And the side of Paris, they're just looking to be able to tag these players up and pick up the players through their spawns. And they're doing a really good job here. About a couple more seconds here, and then there's no longer a chance for the Sydney Dingoes to win here. And we can see number 8, Eero, already posted up on statue. He's going to be the big player to watch over there if he's able to get these 2 kills over to secure the new hill. He's able to get one. Rio's going to trade out that player. He's got another one, He's going to get pinched here by both teams, or by both players on the Sydney Dingoes here. But Fort's coming in. We see a big kill from Swervo, 2 from him. And ultimately, do they read this guy behind him? That's 2.
Ninja with a great 2-piece is able to get this third.
It gets the third.
Oh my gosh. And
That's
that is
game.
going to be the game. That is a great play from the side of Ninja there. Able to get that 3-piece, and we are heading into a map 5 here with a Rio search and destroy.
What a game from the side of the City Dingoes. Just kind of playing what they could. They never really... I mean, the game was pretty...
We are right into this match, just the way we like to see it here at Game 5 for this Bronze Mixed 2 bracket here on Tuesday night. This will be the last game of the night. This will be the last game in the CRL for MWIII for one of these teams, and we see Falafel's able to pick up Eero. Very big kill off the rip.
I want a prediction from you. What's our round count to take this map in the series?
Yeah, absolutely. We're through this already, but I honestly see, I think Sydney Dingoes are going to take it 6-3 here on the side of Paris. I think the subs are just way too strong from the side of Sydney, and this map can really be dictated by those subs towards that B side. So I'm thinking Sydney 6-3 on this one.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm rocking with the side of Sydney. I think they're going to take it in a 6-1 fashion. I think they're going to drop one round late in the series, maybe 4-1. 5-0 and drop one map. But I'm looking at the side of Sydney. I agree with you. I think their SMGs are just dominant. They're pushing that gas pedal all the way. And I will point out that we did just see Falafel with the ace on round number 1 to start us off. So just crazy plays from the Sydney Dingoes early on. And Paris Letdown, they're going to have to take some composure, kind of settle down, and ultimately try to make the best plays that they can to keep their season alive, essentially.
Yeah, when we talked about Peaches and we talked about Ninja, but Falafels has been doing work the whole time. And you said we do see him on that 4 streak here, and he's going to be, if I'm him, I'm trying to play a little bit slower than I normally do. A cruise missile on this map can be very devastating, especially since your subs are so heavy on that B side. You can lock down that A side with a cruise missile pretty quick. And so this is some interesting. There's that number 5 for him. Unfortunately, he's going to fall there. Not going to be able to get that 6th kill. And the Sydney Dingoes got a little aggressive there. Not a lot of patience from this side of them. But Peaches, if there's one person you want in this 1v2, I think it's him here. And let's see if he has some patience. Unfortunately, he looks like he's going to get the worst timing he could have, just giving up the site for free. We do see a smoke coming down here. Is he going to get this read on Swervo? He is not. That is going to be 1-1 with a great win coming there from the side of Paris. And Paris really just, they put the brakes on that whole map. They just all stopped at P2 and just waited. And, great play because Sydney ran right into their arms.
Yeah, Sydney Dingoes ran just straight into their trap that they had in the back of their P2 there. Being an aggressive team on S&D, You know, it's very easy to over challenge, especially on this map. Some of the lanes seem so free, and as soon as you try to make that play from behind, you're just running into whatever player's arms are there. And unfortunately, there was just too many there watching each other's crosses. And those two players that were in the back just get traded out efficiently. So great round there from the side of Paris. Way to bounce back for him. And the side of City is going to need to continue to try to push forward on the offensive side of the map here. And we see both teams playing quite a bit slower than what we saw in the first round. First blood is going to go to the side of the Sydney Dingoes.
Yeah, Sydney Dingoes kind of holding that bridge control. Ninja able to pick up that second kill as well. Two other players coming through that box side. Burrito is able to pick up one. Falafel's not able to pick up the other, and that is now an even left with Ninja and Peaches here. And it looked like Peaches has an AR in hand, taking a little bit of a route here. He's going to get some bad timing on Swervo, and Burrito's able to pick up that kill. It's going to be 2-1 on the side of Paris.
Yeah, great retake from the side of the Paris Letdowns there. The player back on their armor car, Burrito, picking up those players that were rotating over through bridge. Kind of watching that overextension was great. They converge on the player in the middle. They don't see him anywhere. They kind of expect him to be behind. They play a nice little bait and switch there where one of the players gets taken down, but the other one is there immediately for the trade. So some great, excellent teamwork from the side of Paris there, and they are taking the advantage in this map 2-1 now, looking to kind of push their advantage on the defensive side of the map now. And we're going to kind of have to see here if we continue to see some of the slow play or some of these fast-paced plays start to kind of bounce in and out of this series as we start to get a little bit more in depth, and maybe we see some of those mind games of search and destroy popping up here on the Rio as well.
Yeah, we do see Burrito currently on a 4 streak, so that could be big for him on that side. Is not going to see any player. I don't know if he got any tags with that nade, but the side of Reaper is by himself here on bridge, and there are 3 players from the side of Sydney over here. A site pretty much completely free outside of Ninja, holding that with a rival. Unfortunately, gets some bad timing. Gonna get out of dodge without getting too much damage, although Reaper is able to pick up a kill there. And that was crazy from our perspective. I believe those doors were actually open, but they showed closed for us. That was absolutely nuts from the side of Sydney. But we do see a couple fights coming down here. It is a 2v3. We do get the stun check on Swervo. They know he's in here somewhere. They are going to be taking that fight. Falafel's able to pick up 1v3 with Reaper. Last alive, unfortunately, not going to be able to do it from this side of Sydney. That was absolutely crazy. From the side of Ninja, it just looked like he was shooting through the door for us.
Yeah, the doors were closed from our perspective, so it just looks like he locks on his forehead through the door and absolutely blasts him. But I do want to point out Falafel's great play there, the stun check. You're expecting, as the player that got stunned, to get immediately chowed through that. He doesn't. He kind of tweaks a little bit and gives up his position in there and just falls right into Falafel's arm. So just a great play there from Falafel's to be patient, wait for his teammate to make the exit around the other side of garage for the pinch, ultimately ends up getting the kill for free himself. So nice little bounce back round there. Love to see kind of that patience and some of that teamwork coming out from the side of Sydney Dingoes, since we know that they have that in their bag. Looks like we're getting pretty aggressive towards the B point here, but it looks like both teams are kind of expecting it. First blood's going to go to Eero. He's going to get the second kill on a Ninja as well, and that's going to be an early life advantage for the side of the Paris Letdown, and it's all going to be left to Luna here in a 1v4 in a very tough spot. Stuck connector, the player's watching all over him, gets taken out. Unfortunately, Paris Letdowns win that offensive round pretty quickly.
Yeah, good quick round. We do like seeing that here, and you know, from the side of Paris, they're up 3-2 on this one. Already kind of debunking what we were saying there, but they're doing a good job of getting those players down, keeping the submachine gun players down, not able to let them move. But we'll see the side here. This has kind of been an A hit every time from the side of Paris. We haven't really seen them go B. And, you know, right as I say that, we're going to see them go B here. So we'll see how the side of Sydney decides to play this. Nobody in sight. We do see 2 at A and 2 outside bridge. So we'll see if the side of Paris read this, as Swervo is able to pick up 1 towards that B site, but they already do have B site cleared. Peaches could get some great timing here on this guy's stairs. Here is Luna. He's just kind of waiting. Unfortunately, Peach is not able to see the person. That's going to be Eero kind of laying down Luna, probably showing his gun out. Reaper, I believe, did see that, and so we should have some interesting things here. Ninja getting a little aggressive, is able to kill that bomb. Able to kind of get away, shooting at his team a little bit. Luna able to pick up one. Reaper able to pick up Luna here. When it comes down to a 1v1 close range here with a submachine gun and a Renetti, there is no chase happening. Ninja's going to get out and regen here, and bomb going down on B.
Yeah, that's just a great play by Ninja there, kind of playing his life, baiting out his teammate. His teammate's able to pick off one. He's able to get the trade onto him, and this is just going to be a very hectic, stressful 1v1 here. Burrito did not get that bomb planted, so he's running out of time here, but he's kind of just playing the heady, expecting the chow. But typical Ninja is just kind of running around, bouncing everywhere, so this is a really hard play to read. Burrito's ultimately going towards the bomb again. Doesn't plant the bomb. That's going to be round win for the side of the Sydney Dingoes. Just what a great play by typical Ninja, being able to play his life there, not overchow anything at all, being in that disadvantage with the AR on that submachine gun. So just a great play by typical Ninja there from the side of the Sydney Dingoes.
Yeah, Ninja really did have to put the team on his back for that round. That was a very chaotic round, and really just doing exactly what he needed to kind of put all the pressure on Burrito to plant and stuff. And so, just hats off to Ninja. They're really winning that round for his team.
Yeah, just a great play from Ninja there. It could be possible that maybe we've got Shotzi subbing in for the City Dingoes for map number 5 here, right on the optic camo and skins on his guns. You never know what's going to happen out here in the CRL. Things can get kind of crazy. But we see a nice little slowdown of pace here from the side of the City Dingoes, playing over bridge. They've got pretty much all the control. But again, first blood to the Paris Letdown. Peaches is making a play here, but he's not getting any info or seeing anybody. Falafels gets picked. Peaches gets picked. Another one for the side of Paris Letdown. So we're just seeing this kind of back and forth battle right now that we love to see in S&D. And with Rio being as hectic as it is, this back and forth battle, all it's going to take is one team just on a tiny little streak that's going to win them this map and the series and get them to the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, the side of Sydney Dingoes there had good timing, but just did not act on that good timing. And obviously, we can see everything they can't. But if Peaches gets aggressive there towards Eero on he gets kind of out of dodge, gets a free kill, and should get some info on where the rest of the players are. But unfortunately, just kind of waits. Eero's going to get aggressive towards you like he does every time. He is going to get punished this time as the side of Sydney do stack some players on that B bomb. We do see some trades going back and forth now with a 2v2 both sides, and we have Reaper and Swervo able to get one kill. Peaches last alive here, able to pick up Swervo. Reaper's going to know exactly where Peaches is, but Peaches is going to do a nice regroup here and try to reposition a little bit as Reaper grabs the bomb and potentially looks towards a little bit of a wrap here.
Yeah, and it looks like Reaper's getting aggressive there. Eskies, they did see Peaches cross, so Peaches is getting out of dodge, down to like 50 health on his life, so he's getting chased down just a little bit. We're going to see if maybe he can make Tactical Reaper tweak a little bit here, kind of just checking bomb, playing around. He's going to go check the A side as well to clear that out. That may give Reaper some time to plant this bomb, but ultimately just playing this slow on the offensive side, it's going to lead to the advantage. But Peaches is chowing right into Reaper's arms, and he wins it. Patience pays off.
Yeah, Reaper, I thought we were going to see another repeat there of just not putting that bomb down, losing the round, but that's going to be Paris up 5-3. That's going to be match and game point. The side of Sydney here, you got to win 3 in a row to not go home in the quarterfinals here in the CRL. Quarterfinals for mixed in bronze too.
Yeah, this has just been a great series so far. The back and forth battle between both these teams has been so huge. But from the side of Sydney, your season's on the line. You know it's here. It's do or die at this point in time, and you got to make the play as your team. Looking at typical Ninja, always the aggressive one on the map, along with Peaches. Eero's active U, once again, kind of getting his position there. And he's going to be looking to pick off a player early here. That's Luna going down. Typical Ninja shoots his gun. He baits out Tactical Reaper, gets picked. That's 3 down already. And it's Peaches left in a 1v4 to keep their season alive. Can he do it?
Yeah, and they spotted Peaches already. They know exactly where he's at. Now they really know he's weak. Is he able to pick up at least one kill here? He is on Eero, is able to get out a little bit, but the side of Paris are just hunting him down. There's probably not much he can do here as he's not going to read this player behind him, and that's going to be the season for Sydney Dingoes. They are going to be out here in the quarterfinals. The Paris Letdowns in this Bronze 2 bracket as an Iron team are going to be moving on to the semifinals for next week.
Yeah, just what a great series we just saw there. Obviously,